Melbourne Airport, Ritesh.
Hey, Ritesh.
Go ahead.
There's a medical coming in, 12-year-old male, difficulty breathing.
I'm heading down over there. So the main worry is he might have stopped breathing. We don't have any further update on this medical yet.
All I know is that oxygen's being used.
Oxygen's being used. Oh, it's a nervous wait, yeah, that's for sure.
In Australia, just down the road can mean hundreds of kilometres. So to keep everyone connected, we rely on planes. And lots of them. Crucial to this highway in the sky is Melbourne Airport.
Melbourne Airport, expect the unexpected.
It's the busiest airport in the country that operates 24 hours a day.
They might not have experienced something like this before. 7
days a week.
We've had fog, we've had rain, so tonight we've got to get it done.
With unprecedented access.
The team are always on alert.
From the control tower,
first aid call,
to the tarmac,
it's all about speed,
to the airport's 24/7 nerve centre.
Even if there's an incident, we're the ones scrambling and passengers still have a smooth journey.
We're going behind the scenes.
We're looking at the cameras now.
To places very few people get to see.
What's inside that?
All to keep Melbourne Airport running smoothly, safely.
Suspected firearm still in the chamber.
And on time.
2 down, 1 to go.
At a 24/7 airport, every...
I don't want this kangaroo jumping anywhere.
...second counts.
Seas 10 to 6, we're on scene.
We've got a green light. We're good to go.
Kilo 320 departures, g'day. Expect overhead Melbourne for a visual left circuit runway.
3, no worries, runway 34, all the details are the same, and just your parking gate.
Home to over 40 local and international airlines, Melbourne Airport is a gateway to the world.
Oh, again, long time no see.
Yes, it did.
And is projected to welcome over 35 million passengers each year.
I'm holding off as long as absolutely possible because I'm conscious I've already changed that briefing twice, but it is going to come forward again.
As Melbourne Airport's emergency planning manager, Riki is preparing for an important group of travellers arriving today. After violent conflict between Israel and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah, the Australian government offered repatriation flights to its citizens, permanent residents and their immediate families.
This is humanitarian repatriation, so some of them will arrive with no support, no means.
For the past 2 weeks, Riki has been managing the groundside operations for today's flight from Lebanon.
Yeah, correct, and they're the ones I'm worried about, is the ones that will be receiving onwards assistance through Victoria. They're the ones that will be escorted and managed.
And the flight is scheduled to arrive at 4:30 p.m.
The strange thing about having a job where you work in a crisis or emergency environment is that you're challenged to perform on the worst day for most other people. So sometimes it's hard to have a right to feel good about it or successful in that, because the work that you're doing is often the worst day of somebody else's life. So we're headed now down to Gate 20, Terminal 2 international arrivals. It's got 241 passengers on board who have all come from Beirut, and working with the state government, federal agencies to make sure that they've got everything they need when they arrive and can settle into Australia.
It's Riki's first time overseeing a repatriation flight, so the pressure is on for the operation to run smoothly.
These people have been travelling for about 30 to 40 hours and probably waiting at the airport potentially for a couple of days prior to leaving. So we don't know what to expect necessarily, so we prepare for everything. All right, got to run, got security calling me.
Hello, together? Yeah, come forward.
Around the clock, an efficient network on the land side of Melbourne Airport
Are you together?
prevents drugs weapons and undeclared cash from leaving and entering the country.
Thank you, sir. This way.
But with organised crime an ongoing threat to Australia,
The 615, contact Melbourne departures.
it's important that the airside is under close scrutiny too. In 2024, over 33 tonnes of illicit goods were seized by the Australian Border Force and the Australian Federal Police.
We'll watch the unload on both the front and the rear.
On high alert to detect criminal activity is ABF team leader Dan and his workmates Jade and Ellen.
We just have to keep in mind the UA98 is 40 minutes away.
Australian Border Force, we are the border. We stop the illegal goods crossing at it. So, you know, if the agency wasn't in place, the movement of goods would just be rife. It would be detrimental to the community, that's for sure.
Trained to intercept illegal activity from the general public and airport staff with links to crime networks, Dan and his trusty team thoroughly search multiple areas. And to help the airline's schedule stay on track, they need to work fast.
I'm just assessing the cargo, make sure that there's no possibility that there could be any loose bags or boxes that could be ripped.
Today's first assignment is an aircraft that's just flown in from Thailand.
Everything looks fairly well packaged. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So.
In the cargo hold,
I'll just get you to make your way down the left.
Dan and Jade check the structure hasn't been compromised.
So yeah, when we come in here, we just ensure that all the blower panels are intact. Make sure the aircraft, the cargo space, looks like it hasn't been interfered with in any way.
If the panels have been damaged, fast detection is critical for the plane's safety.
Unfortunately, crime groups overseas, they use a number of different methodologies to import narcotics and other prohibited goods into the country. And from evidence overseas that the crime groups are using the aircraft themselves. Yeah, this was fine, so we just got to go down and hit the next flight now.
Another plane has just landed from Singapore.
So yeah, we'll focus on the rear galley, the kitchen area. We'll also focus on the toilets as well. Let's go.
And the team will be checking the aircraft for smuggled goods entering Australia.
We'll focus here and then we'll go into the galley.
Yeah, so we're just looking over any compartments as such that can open. It's easily accessible for people to be able to leave stuff behind.
The toilets are an area of the aircraft that can be accessed by passengers or by crew. We quickly examine the toilets just to make sure that nothing's been left behind for potential catering staff or cleaners to extract. This is the galley area where the crew prepare all the meals. So part of our search will be to assess each compartment. So yeah, we'll just make our way along.
Jade and Ellen search the sleeping quarters, where illegal items can easily be hidden.
So this is the crew rest area. So it's above the passengers sitting below. And it's where crew come to basically rest over long-haul flights. So we just have a quick look through, turn over some mattresses, look in some pouches to see if we can find anything that crew might have left behind for other people to get. So it's always a good spot for us to look.
After completing a thorough check of the aircraft,
Yeah, we're just going to disembark now.
for their next assignment, the team will be assisted by the Australian Border Force Dog Unit.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with this next flight.
Trained to sniff out suspicious goods, the dogs are doing their detective work on a flight from LA.
Basically anything from the United States we classify as high risk. Obviously it's connections to South America as well.
With Colombia alone producing over $105 billion worth of cocaine in 2024, South American-grown narcotics are sold to the US. which can then enter the Australian market.
Yeah, so the dogs are running over all the arriving bags.
If the dogs pay particular attention to a bag, the Border Force team needs to act swiftly. As one dog already reacts to a piece of luggage,
I think we may have hit something.
has criminal activity just been sniffed out. The Border Force canine detectives have reacted to luggage from LA.
The dog just had a bit of a longer reaction. We have a pretty good relationship with the dog unit. We can tell if it has a bit more of a reaction than most, so. Oh. That was pretty much a sit.
The ABF needs to respond swiftly, thoroughly inspecting each bag the dogs sniff out.
Yeah, so there was about 180 passengers on the flight this morning.
Yeah, I'll see if we can just pop the zip.
So about 200 bags went on the belt.
All good.
You reckon that's done?
Are you happy with that level of search, or do you want it in the hall? Happy now.
That's it. All done.
Since no evidence of criminal activity has been discovered,
How many was there, do you reckon?
Oh, that you open?
7?
the luggage will head out to the baggage claim. And Dan's team can rest easy, knowing the airside has been protected for another day.
Yeah, today was a good day. Every day that we don't have a significant detection doesn't mean that we didn't do our job properly. The majority of the people that operate in this space are legitimate, hard-working people. And if we don't have something tangible at the end of the day, it is a good news story.
Ground Qantas 171, information whiskey, request taxi. Qantas 171, taxi uniform Victor, hold short of Foxtrot.
Adjacent to Melbourne Airport is IRT, a leader in international horse transport. Today, they're welcoming a prize passenger travelling back to Japan, star horse Warp Speed.
The horse travelling today is in a box on its own, so there'll be no other horses in. It's raced in the Melbourne Cup and now it's returning back to Japan after finishing second in the Melbourne Cup. So it's getting the whole box to itself, which is first class on the way home.
Crossing the finish line second in its first attempt at the annual Melbourne Cup race, Warp Speed's impressive performance deserves nothing but the best.
This is a 3-horse configuration. This partition would move to the middle here to hit a 2-horse, or this partition's completely come out of the way and you open the whole box up. So it's almost like 3's economy class, 2's business class, and a whole box to yourself is first class.
Economy travel doesn't quite cut it for Warp Speed, who's earned well over $2.5 million in his career so far.
The main thing is you just want them to be safe through the whole trip. Truck's here. So before they leave, the biggest issue is making sure the blood testing is accurate, making sure their vaccinations are done correctly so they actually qualify to travel. And then once they do travel, it's just trying to keep them calm during the flight. That's where the pressure is.
Warp Speed has arrived for his flight, which is scheduled to leave in the next hour. It's imperative he's processed quickly to increase his comfort and safety.
Katsuhito Hirose, or Hiro as we call him, he's a Japanese representative, so he does all the horses in and out of Japan for us. He'll just make sure everything goes all right up until the aircraft now.
Even with his VIP status, Warp Speed, like any other passenger, needs the right papers.
In here, of course, is the horse's passport. And because it's going through Hong Kong on the way, we have to have a separate set of paperwork, which is the transit certification.
With his paperwork in order, Warp Speed is ready to load.
When the Japanese horses do travel, they have a bit more protection than most others. So, for example, the headwear, he's got wraps around his legs, tape on his shoes at the bottom there, and then they're just fixing up the tail wrap just because it slipped down a bit during the truck ride here. So it's just if he sits back in flight, he doesn't rub his tail.
With such an expensive animal, the stakes are high to ensure Warp Speed isn't startled or harmed. All movement must be slow and quiet to keep Warp Speed calm.
Just a little nervous. It's a new environment. It's an enclosed area. And even when they shut the back up behind you, just try to do it all as calmly as possible, just so that they don't get a fright, they don't get a bit of a shock.
Good boy. Good boy, you should do this one.
Warp Speed is now ready to board, but this comes with its own dangers.
So they're ready to take us, so we're heading to the aircraft now.
With not long until takeoff, great care must be taken for the safest possible loading of the passenger.
Just loading the air stable onto the aircraft. Let us know when you're ready, okay?
It's a delicate operation, done as smoothly as possible.
It's very calm, and yeah, it's like just being at home, so that's what we want. It's good. Until they actually get home and land in Japan, that our job hasn't finished. But yeah, at least yeah, they're on the plane, nice and settled, and ready to go, and yeah, so far so good.
The flight is being cleared for takeoff, and Warp Speed begins his long journey to Tokyo via Hong Kong.
Good to see them going home safely.
And it's first class all the way. At Melbourne Airport, Head of Traveller Experience, Wendy, is dedicated to making everyone's journey memorable.
I've been here 7 years and I absolutely love it. I'm the person that champions the traveller in everything they do. Every person that comes through has a story. So for us as an airport, it's ensuring all our 18,000 staff can adapt and can step into those people's journeys.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll check you in.
And to act appropriately as to what their story is that day.
With over 20% of Australians living with a disability, today Wendy is preparing to step into the stories of two special passengers travelling to Sydney for business.
Today is a really special day. We have two of our very frequent flyers travelling with us, Nina and her dog, Nixon. Nina has a vision impairment and Nixon is her assistance dog. Today, Nixon, so sadly, is retiring, so it's the final trip together. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, this is a very big day for you and for Nixon.
Yeah, mixed feelings day. Nixon's last flight. So, yeah, it's sad. Nixon is a well-travelled dog. I'm excited that he gets to put his feet up after 6 years of loyal service, but very sad that he won't be by my side every day. And, yeah, it's sad. It's sad. He's very much more than just a guide dog. I love him. He's my best friend.
So how's Nixon? Is he ready to fly?
Yeah. Oh, he needs to go to the toilet. So, yeah, let's go to
Let's go. Okay, perfect.
Animal relief area.
Wendy and her team worked with Nina to develop Melbourne Airport's First Assistance Animal Relief Centre.
I love the fact that you helped design it.
No, very special.
We got to know Nina and Nixon in the development of the actual facility. So they were with us the whole way through development. So really just mapping out what needed to be in there and what needed not to be in there.
Good boy. Okay, good boy.
This specially designed doggy dunny features a lifelike patch of grass.
Okay, quick quicks. Quick quicks.
And every canine's favourite urinal, a rock.
Good boy, darling. And there you go. That's his business done, and we can board the flight with ease.
Relieved and relaxed,
There we go.
loyal Nixon is ready to make his final return flight with Nina and her support worker, Mel.
There's been so many journeys that we've done together, whether it's overseas or meetings, going to the hospital, you know, always he's been by my side. I am so thankful for that. I am going to tie him to the seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain speaking. A very good morning to you all on board your flight JQ508 to Sydney today. We'll be underway shortly, but before we do get going, I do have a very special announcement to make for a special passenger travelling with us today. Guide dog Nixon, after 7 years of service to Nina. This is Nixon's last trip before his retirement. Once again, welcome on board.
Your last flight, sweetheart.
I'm crying in here, Lara. Okay. He just wants to go down for a sleep. Are you crying too? I'm trying not to. Mel is my support worker, has been with me for 6 years, and Nixon means as much little as me. He's beautiful. He's a beautiful dog. Yeah. Always been incredibly good. Yeah.
And on behalf of Jetstar crew, we'd like to wish you a happy retirement, Nixon, with plenty of walks and treats in your future.
Thank you.
With a repatriation flight from Lebanon arriving this afternoon.
All right, thank you. It's scheduled now to arrive at 16:30 or just before.
Emergency Planning Manager Riki is briefing security, airport and humanitarian officials.
So 241 passengers. There is a fairly sort of sizable amount of elderly on that flight. There is other people on there that we believe to have lower than good health.
While Ritesh, who usually works in the Integrated Operations Centre,
I've told them to move the carousels from 5 to 2 and 3.
is today moonlighting as a terminal coordinator.
I've been in aviation for the last 25 years, so you can call me an old person, but nah, I'm pretty young at heart. It is great to get out of the office sometimes as well, because when I'm in the office, it's hardly like, probably I could say like 1,000 or 2,000 steps. But when I'm on the floor, and if it's a busy day, we've like, at times we've hit like over 15 to 16,000 steps.
Airport emergencies, Laura. He's having difficulty breathing.
An emergency services call out from the IOC means Ritesh's step counter is about to get a proper workout.
Melbourne Airport, Ritesh.
Hey, Ritesh.
Go ahead.
There's a medical coming in on a Jetstar flight.
From Cairns.
12-year-old.
Male, difficulty breathing.
Is he on oxygen?
Unsure. That was
all the information I had.
I'm heading down over there.
The condition of the passenger is unknown to Ritesh.
It can be from a normal medical, or it can turn into a serious incident.
And he's heading to the gate, where the flight is due to land in 20 minutes.
So the main worry is he might have stopped breathing.
Ready to assist out on the tarmac are the airside services firefighters.
We've given them an update so that they can do their process. Once the flight lands over here, they'll get on board. They'll assess the passenger. If the passenger can be offloaded, can be disembarked and got into the gate lounge, that's perfect for us. We don't have any further update on this medical, yeah?
All I know is that oxygen's being used.
Oxygen's being used. Apparently, oxygen is being used on board. So I believe this turns into a serious incident.
Coordination, Laura.
Laura, Ritesh.
Hey, Ritesh.
Just an update from Jetstar. Apparently, oxygen is being used on board. He's coming in from Narita. So basically, Cairns was just a transit point for him, though.
All right, and he's on oxygen.
Terminal Coordinator Ritesh is on standby for a flight to arrive. On board is a 12-year-old boy who is struggling to breathe.
So the flight's landed now. Although the fire is already here, we still don't have Ambulance Victoria. If he can be disembarked, much preferred that get him on the lounge.
As the first responders help the boy, Ritesh is hoping for the best.
Fingers crossed, he should be all right. We should be able to disembark normally. It's a nervous wait, yeah, that's for sure. All good? So as you can see, the person has disembarked from the aircraft. Obviously, he looks in a better condition. They will assess it further into the gate lounge.
After some initial care by the firefighters,
it looks fine, though.
Ambulance Victoria has arrived to assess the boy.
He's in good hands with the emergency services, and let's see how it turns out. Just hopefully, fingers crossed, it should be a good turnout for us. All good?
Fortunately, the boy was suffering from nothing more than a case of flight anxiety and is now free to head home.
Do you enjoy flight?
Not really. Scared the crap out of me.
And the airline's flight schedule remains on track.
Again, great outcome, and back to another job now.
If any of the 700 aircraft that land and take off at Melbourne Airport get into trouble, on hand to respond is the primary firefighting crew.
When we're ready, when you're ready to go.
But for any other airport emergency, the team at the satellite fire station are on standby.
What have you got, Damo?
Me, I'm going to make a nice, healthy chicken wrap.
That's good.
Here at the airport, we're the first responders to all emergencies of fire nature, medical, motor vehicle accidents, hazardous materials, you name it, we're here ready to respond.
One thing to note is that at any point in time we can get responded, you've got to drop it. That beautiful chicken wrap over there might go to waste. This stays nice and fresh in the can.
I've been working with Damien for a little over 13 years now, and he's been in the job for close to 30 years. Myself, I've been here for 15. So we've worked together for quite a long time together. We know each other well, and I think we do a good job together.
It's Damien's birthday next week, turning 50. So the pressure's on to cook him a nice meal next week.
We get to know each other well. We have great camaraderie. We share a lot. We support each other. And obviously, we respond together as well. And so it's really important that we have each other's backs.
As the first responders to landside emergencies, it's critical the firefighters maintain their equipment daily.
Hey, guys. All right, let's get into it. So at the moment, Keith's going through checking our breathing apparatus sets. So this is an important bit of equipment, especially if we need to go into any hot zones. We need to be able to breathe some clean air, look after our own safety. Simon over here is going through our equipment on our adapters and checking our hoses, making sure that everything's serviceable. Paul's inside the cabin of the truck now. He's checking all the lights are working, checking all the internal systems, the sirens and so forth.
While all equipment must be in excellent working order, the firefighters must also be prepared for a call-out at any time.
We get over 1,600 calls a year, so that averages about 4 or 5 calls a day. But sometimes you could work a whole shift and not turn the wheel. Other times you could be out and about the whole time. It's just one of those things where you never know what you're going to get.
In Terminal 4, a fire alarm has been triggered in the car park.
SEC, responding.
SEC 10-6 responding to AFA at MLS car park.
Trained to respond to incidents within 6 minutes.
Red light coming up.
Every second counts.
So they will stop for us. It's beautiful, nice and easy. There you go. Watch out for these cabs coming through here.
Melbourne Airport's firefighting crew have raced to the scene of a fire alarm at Terminal 4.
FCC is 10-6, we're on scene at the MLS car park. It's a fire alarm, so we'll go and investigate at the panel.
Smoke detector, ground floor. Call 1, East Toilets.
Go ahead, portable 6.
Yeah, we've got one alarm that's activated, ground floor, call 1 East in the toilet block.
The smoke alarm is in a car park bathroom. As passengers and staff evacuate the building, the crew needs to locate the source of the smoke as fast as possible.
Any big noise like that's going to get your adrenaline going, but you sort of have to put those feelings aside and just focus on the task at hand.
Every passing minute causes disruption to the terminal.
Oh, it's in the toilets here, so sometimes cleaners or some smokers, but we'll check it out. Nothing in here?
Nah, it's not gone off here. Check this one.
Fire service coming in.
Fire service coming in. Not this one.
Oh, disabled. There's someone in there now. Fire service. Yeah, I found it here. We'll get a whiff of that.
Oh, yeah.
Might chuck it open.
All right.
Go ahead, portable 6.
Yeah, we've located the detector. Smoky that's gone off. Looks like someone's been smoking in the parents' room with the toilet block. It definitely smells and seems like someone's been smoking in there. Just keep that door open. Try and ventilate the smoke out of there. Yeah, sometimes people can be selfish or maybe they're just oblivious to the fact that them smoking inside a toilet cubicle would set an alarm off. Yeah, there's a fair bit of smoke in the cubicle, so we're going to ventilate for a bit before we try to make a reset on that panel.
Copy, portable 6.
Well, a nice smelling cigarette.
Unfortunately, we get sent out to incidents like this, which isn't a real incident, but better be safe than sorry. We'll make sure that everything's clear before we take off. All clear?
10-2, we'll stand down.
Yeah, 10-2, stand down. We've got control of the scene now at this stage.
Copy that.
The priority now is to switch off the alarm so staff and passengers can return to the terminal.
Oh, no, it's just that someone smoked in the toilet, so...
Are you sure you have off the whole thing?
Yeah, looks like it has. 6 Elvis, 6 Bravo. Yeah, just going to go for a reset on this panel.
Yeah, AFM, reset. We're still on site. It's still a little bit smoky, but see how you go.
Roger that.
This is the Fire Brigade. All alarms have been cleared. Please resume.
At Terminal 2 arrivals, a growing crowd of family and friends is waiting for today's repatriation flight from Lebanon.
Be careful ما تروح تشين now. He's gonna come from there. I'm here just for picking up my family coming from the war zone in Lebanon. My mom and dad, my brother and his wife.
Samuel, who's been waiting more than an hour, hasn't seen his wife and daughter in over a year.
I wish I can bring my whole family. Yeah, I have brothers, sisters there, cousins. My wife, she have 8 sisters and brother, 4 by 4. You know, they're all there. Yeah.
With the repatriation flight due to land soon, Integrated Operations Centre Coordinator Steve is keeping a close eye on the Gate 20 exit.
So the repat flight at the moment is probably about 4 or 5 minutes from touching down. If on arrival, we might get a request for an ambulance, if there's an emergency, if someone's unwell.
With the flight arriving from an evacuated war zone, Emergency Planning Manager Riki and his colleagues don't know what state the passengers will be in.
Making sure everything's prepared, making sure we've got all the resources that we need down here, and then we'll support them all the way through to the arrivals hall, where they're either meeting family or they're getting connected with the support services that they need once they arrive.
Managing 241 vulnerable passengers, Riki's intensive planning will be put to the test. At Terminal 2 arrivals, excited family and friends are waiting for today's emergency repatriation flight from Lebanon. In the Integrated Operations Centre, Steve is monitoring the plane's arrival.
They've been flying for 20+ hours, so they stopped in, I believe they stopped in Colombo for a refuel. We're keeping a close eye on it, and it's landing next, and yeah, it should be down in a minute. Yeah, touchdown, I think, not far away.
Once the plane lands, Emergency Planning Manager Riki's priority is for all passengers to be assessed within 2 hours.
My number one concern is how quickly we can get them off the aircraft, through the airport, and then onto either family and friends or the services that they are here to meet. In the event of a repatriation flight, there's more processes that we need to go through than what you normally would if you arrive here. So we want to get them out of here and onto the services and into a warm bed and a nice shower and everything as quickly as we can.
It's a good moment for all of them once they touch down.
After a long journey, the repatriation flight has finally landed on Australian soil.
No doubt there'll be a lot of relief. I'm sure there'll be a lot of happy people on board that aircraft, yeah.
With news of the plane landing, the long wait at arrivals is almost over.
Now they're safe. I can't wait. Yeah.
As the first passengers arrive, Riki's team will provide access to healthcare, accommodation, and welfare.
Folks, this is Lisa. I totally understand what you're saying, but they're literally coming off flights. They're going to be a little while.
With 241 passengers to assess, it's a lengthy process. And for family and friends waiting, the time is taking its toll.
It's taking too long. Too long. Yeah, it's too long. It's been like, I think, 2 hours and a half. Yeah. Hope everything ends all right, yeah.
but finally, some welcome relief. And for Mohammed, he finally gets to see his family on safe ground.
I'm very happy, and thank you, Australian government, for bringing my family from the war zone. We're gonna go home, we enjoy our time together, and they're gonna have a rest because they've been flying for a long time, and they're gonna have a good meal tonight.
Samuel hasn't seen his wife and daughter for over a year. And the wait is finally over.
My soul is back now. Yeah. Baby.
With all 241 passengers processed, Emergency Planning Manager Riki's first repatriation flight has been a success.
I think this is a really special example of national coordination to help people when they're in need, so it's quite humbling to be a part of it. I think it's important that we make sure we do everything we can to ensure that they've got that feeling that they're welcome here and they're able to come through and get on with their lives as best they can after everything they've had to deal with.